Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Let's get into this makeup video. Very simple and basic. So I start off with the Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser by Maybelline New York. And what I do is I apply just a tad bit, kind of like a dime size, to my cheeks and around the main areas. So my T-zone, where you're able to see most of my pores. So I just make sure that that is rubbed in very nicely. Guys, this stuff is so soft. Literally, it says baby skin. When you put it on, it feels like baby skin. So the next thing that I'm going to do after I get this all rubbed in is I'm going to move on to my Wet n Wild eye pencil in the brown color. And I'm just going to fill in my eyebrows just a tad bit. My eyebrows are kind of thin, so I just fill them in at the very bottom, so I stroke upwards, kind of filling in the wider part of my brow, and then I follow the shape of my eyebrows. So guys, remember, eyebrows are not twins, they're cousins. So they're not going to look exactly the same, but you want to fill them in as much as possible so that they can look very, very, very similar to each other. So again, I'm just following my brow, ensuring that they kind of look similar. And yeah, that's what I'm doing right here. So it's going to take me a bit of time to do that. There we go. And then I'm just wiping off the top. Sometimes the corner or the top of my eyebrows, one looks kind of like a, you know, a half circle. So I try to make it a little bit pointier at the top. And then I just use my finger. Nothing, you know, extra, nothing too crazy. So I just check my eyebrows again and ensure that they are even. So now I'm going to move on to using my concealer. The concealer that I'm using, it is called Bare Skin by Bare Minerals. I purchased this in the Sephora JCPenney, inside of JCPenney. And I'm just filling, doing the, you know, the triangle shape underneath my eyes. And then I put a little bit of concealer at the top of my eyes. I'm sorry, under my eyebrows. I am using a angle brush just to get it right. As you can see, I didn't put a lot of concealer. I just wanted enough to fill in the bottom of my eyebrow to ensure that they are a little bit neater. So that is the reason why I use the concealer right there underneath my eyebrow. So next what I did is I took my e.l.f. brush and I used it for underneath my eyelids. Underneath my eyes, I'm sorry, not eyelids, underneath my eyes. And so you just, you know, you see me here just filling it in, brushing it against my skin, filling it in over the top of my eyebrow so that when I apply my eyeshadow, it won't become oily. And then underneath my eyes, of course, I have, you know, a little bit of dark circles, so I try to fill that in as well. Put a little bit on my nose, so when I put my glow on my T area in my nose, it's a little bit more poppin'. So that's why I did that. Next, I'm going to move into the eyeliner. And the eyeliner that I'm using is by Maybelline. It's called Define Align. And it's in the color Ebony Black. I was grooving to some music there. So I just pulled down my, or actually pulled back my lid so that I can try to apply it as smooth as possible. I was kind of running out of my black liner, so I just had to put it on as smooth as possible. Then I'm going to apply it to the other side of my eye. That one went on a little bit smoother. And guys, if it's not even the first time, don't worry. Literally, you can just fill it in, as you can see here. I'm filling in the corners of my eyes so that it's even. And guys, I literally got an eyelash in my eye. It hurts so bad. So bad. Yeah, bear with me. Here we go. All right, get it. Get it. Oh, so I'm smearing. I know. Look. Ugh, gosh. I'm smearing my eyeliner, so I had to go back in and kind of fill it in again. Now, what I did in the next Next couple of sections is I took my bare skin concealer and I put it on top of my eyelid. Normally I do this first. My camera fell. So normally I do this first, but since I had something in my eye and I started to like literally wiggle my finger in my eye and mess up my eyeliner, I decided to just go over it a little bit with the concealer, still leaving the black eyeliner on, as you can see. So I just went over a little bit with the concealer to ensure that my lids will take to the eyeshadow. So now I'm going to move on to my eyeshadow. The eyeshadow that you're going to see is called Stars and Rockets. And it's by MAC. And it's in the purple color. As you can see there. It's in the purple color. So what I do is I just brush my little brush against the eyeshadow. And I lightly brush the top of my lids. As you can see. So I go back and forth in a, back and forth motion over my eyelid to basically build up like a foundation of eyeshadow. And then I do the other eye, and I I lightly go over it back and forth, just to ensure that I'm building different levels of my eyeshadow. And as you can see, when I get to the corners, I move the brush around a little bit more so that it can become a little bit more vibrant. Now, when I open up my eyes, as you can see, sometimes my eyelid covers up the eyeshadow. So I just open my eyes completely, and then I take the eyeshadow and I brush it right above my eye while it's open. Now, guys, this is called Azaz foundation, powder foundation. Guess where I got this from? I got this from the 99-cent store. First of all, I can't believe that it actually matched my skin. And this is in the cafe color. So I'm just taking my sponge and I'm applying the powder where normally I would have the oil. I would have oily skin. So all over my skin, lightly everywhere else. But of course, I applied it more so in the corners of my nose. All over my forehead. And then I'm going to move on in applying my blush. Now, my blush is from MAC as well. And this is in Lovejoy. That's the name of my blush. So it's called Lovejoy. I'm unsure if the MAC store still sells it. But I'm like literally almost out. That's why I kept looking at the blush like, come on, come on. So I just make, the little duck face, brush it lightly against my cheeks. As I move back, you guys can see it's starting to take, ooh, nice. See there? Okay. It's all coming together now. And as you can see, it kind of elongates my face as well. So the next thing I'm going to apply is my glow, my bronzer. And this is the e.l.f. Healthy Glow Bronzer in Warm Tan. And I bought this. Hey. I brought this from the Walmart in the e.l.f. section. So I just lightly put that at the top of my cheeks, on my nose, and then on my chin, so that, when I take my pictures, bomb. Hey. Strike a pose. So the next thing I'm moving on to is my mascara. Now, this is like my holy grail, which is it's the Great Lash by Maybelline. Everybody that knows makeup literally knows that this mascara never fails. I do have a technique. What I do is I turn the brush like it's like going to poke me in the eye, and I go upwards at the very, very corners of the eyelash to ensure that they're a little bit longer than the other eyelashes. Now, keep in mind, I don't wear lashes. So I feel like I feel like it. I know that I'm blessed because my eyelashes, they're pretty good length just by using the mascara. And me and falsies, when it comes to eyelashes, we don't get along. Usually by the end of the day, they're hanging on to the end of my hand. So here you go. You can see here, I try to get close to the camera so you can see my technique. I just move forward, up, 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 and I take the corner and I brush upwards so that the end of my eyelashes are longer, so that, you know, when I take pictures and I do like the side look, you can see my lashes. So that's what I'm doing here. And I kind of got close to the camera so that you guys can see. So now I'm going back in again with my Maybelline Define a Line eyeliner. And I'm just going to fill in the bottom inside of my eyelid just to make my eye color pop. Literally back in the day, my cousin used to always tell me, you should put this in your eyelid. I'm like, no, how do you even do that? It makes my eye water. Look at, that's crazy. But I realized over the years, using this literally makes my eye color pop. So if you have gorgeous eyes, which most of you I know do, I know if you apply this in the inside of your lid, literally it makes your eyes pop. Look at that. Crazy, right? Now, you guys won't believe where I got this from. This is called Color Mates Volumizing Mascara. I got this from Big Lots for $1.80. This is literally like similar to the Falsies mascara. So I'm just lightly going over my mascara again. So like a second set of mascara that I'm going to put on my eyes. And then I'm going to go back in again with my Stars and Rockets by the MAC. And I'm going to just basically brush it right underneath my eye to make my eyes pop even more. As you can see, literally I'm just lightly brushing it, and I'm blending all of the colors in, so the black liner with the purple, so it makes my eyes pop much more. And then again, as I said, when I close my eyelid, the top of my eyes normally covers up my eyeshadow, so I just literally just went back over it again at the top of my eyelid to ensure that you can see it. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move on to my e.l.f. palette. And this is like the Smoky Eye e.l.f. palette. It comes in charcoal gray, dark black, a lighter gray, and white. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the white at the top. I know it's shiny, sorry guys. But I'm taking the white at the top, and I'm going to fill in the corners of my eye. So right next to my eye duct. Make sure you blow off all that extra eyeshadow so it won't get in the corner of your eye. It's like the worst. So I'm just filling in to make my eyes pop a little bit more. And the brush that I'm using, it's the angle brush again. And most of my brushes I got from the e.l.f. section of Walmart or Target. And the black brushes, as everyone knows, they're $3 each. And then you have the white brushes, which are $1. Now, I did find some black brushes at the 99-cent store. So the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in. Hey. Nah, just kidding. So I'm going to go in with my NYX NYX lip gloss. And this is in the color Mauve 06. And I'm just going to rub that in a little bit. I don't use eyeliner. I like to show my full lip and like the whole shape of my lip. So now I'm going to take down my hair. It's huge, guys. Look at that. Ugh. So I'm going to take down my hair. I'm going to fix it up. And then I am going to show you guys the end result. So stay tuned for that. Thanks, guys.